My position has always been that should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season because he's not ready.
The Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court. And of course, that uncle refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him. I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not going to trash talk my son on live television like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now, would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a GOAT. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. The Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him.
No.
I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not going to trash talk my son on live television like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now, would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a GOAT. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party. No, he actually did say that. That is not AI, bro. He did say that. No. He also said the king is better than the GOAT. I mean, the GOAT, to me, is satanic. So if we're talking about the same thing, then it is what it is. What do you guys think about this, man? What do you guys think about this? I want to see what Candace got to say about this.
It's Friday, and LeBron James appears to have officially lost the thread. He doesn't want people to notice that his son is not performing well at the NBA level, at the big league level, which, by the way, should come as a shock to nobody because, like I noticed, many people have noticed this, his son wasn't performing well before the NBA. So this is a little bit of nepotism. We're going to talk about that. Apparently, he freaked out because no one's allowed to criticize his son. No one's allowed to criticize Bronny. And so he freaked out on Stephen A. Smith courtside. And it's trending, and it's interesting. All right, parents, listen up. Listen up, parents. You never want to be the father at the Little League game that runs into the middle of the field and starts screaming at the ump over a bad call because it's just Little League, bro. It's not going to make or break anybody's life. And it's so embarrassing to your child. And I always think about that, you know, as my kids, now that I have so many of them, are growing up. And ironically, just a couple of days ago, I signed my 4-year-old up for T-ball. And I said to my husband, I signed him up for T-ball. You're going to take him. But look, you are not allowed to be that guy. You are not allowed to be that father at the T-ball game. And my husband asked me, what is T-ball? These are like these fun moments of English and American marriages because obviously my husband watches cricket. I have no idea really what cricket is. And he genuinely had never heard of T-ball. But of course, he wouldn't be that person. And beyond that, I want to say this to parents. Please do not pressure your children to do what you are doing in life, okay? Greatness cannot necessarily be transferred. Neither, by the way, can mediocrity. That is to say that some rather mediocre people can birth individuals that go on to do great things, and some great people can birth people that go on to do mediocre things. And it's not a problem. Everybody is different, and what people want and desire out of life is very different. So in case you are not a sports person like me, I'll say that right at the top. I'm not a sports person. I'm a common sense person. Let's just discuss the facts regarding Bronny James, LeBron James Jr. That is LeBron James's firstborn son. And I want to be clear here that it was entirely an act of sheer nepotism that brought him into the NBA. So for clarity, he I would say LeBron James sort of wanted to sketch his firstborn son in his name and likeness, so to speak. And early on, by the way, this kid was like 10 years old and he was playing basketball, and LeBron James spoke about how he was getting all of these offers and it was sort of inappropriate. And I want to say two things here. From the business side of things, for a bunch of colleges to be wanting to draft him, makes sense. The marketing potential to have LeBron James Jr. is there. So there is a business consideration of saying, like, honestly, just having you here, no matter how great you are, or maybe you're just average, it doesn't matter, because there is, like I said, strong brand potential. Bronny, of course, did play basketball in high school. And I want to be clear, he was good. He's not a bad player by any stretch of an imagination. He is good. He averaged around 14 points per game at the high school level. And for those of us rather, who remember high school and cheer led, if you were scoring 14 points per game at that level, you're good. Again, not exactly a necessary free ride to the NBA. You're not exactly going straight to the NBA. You're nowhere near going straight to the NBA. In fact, for comparison, his father, LeBron James, averaged 31.6 points in his senior year of high school. That's why he was drafted right away. Kobe Bryant averaged 30.8 points in high school. Kyrie Irving, 26.5 points per game. Michael Jordan, 25 points per game. He's one of those stories that, he kind of went up from there. And but still 14 points per game. There's no reason to hate. He plays basketball and he's good at playing basketball. And I'm sure he was very fun to watch when he was in high school. Beyond high school, he played just one season at USC. Now, you guys remember the press on this. He had that cardiac arrest, terrible event. And right when he was beginning to play for USC, then he got better and he was able to play, I think, something like 26 games. But during those games, he averaged less than 5 points per game. In his lone season at USC at the collegiate level, he averaged less than 5 points per game. And that was apparently all the NBA needed to see, okay? I want to be clear here that not even LeBron James can deny what happened next was an act of sheer nepotism, because in 2022, LeBron James told The Athletic, quote, "My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I will be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not about the money at that point." So what is he saying? He is saying, this is my dream. Me, LeBron James, the dad, the father, this is my dream. I don't even care about the money. I just want that moment of playing with my son. And sure, that's sweet, okay? I love a little fairy tale. I love a little, daddy and me fairy tale of playing together. But to pretend that he didn't say that, to pretend that didn't happen, to pretend that there was no consideration for the Lakers or any team that was looking at LeBron James, that he is saying that no matter what, this must happen or he's not going to play. It's a nonsense. You're just gaslighting the public, okay? Sure enough, in 2024, Bronny signed a 4-year, $7.9 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was the 55th pick of the NBA draft. And if you're wondering if there were other motivations with that pick, well, I can tell you this. He was picked on the very same day that LeBron James agreed to an extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, that making them the first father-son duo in the history of the NBA. And to be clear, that's what that was about. It was the story. They wanted the story. They didn't care about the practicality. The potential movies that would be written, the movie scripts that could be written in the future.
That's true.
They wanted the feelings. Yeah. They didn't really care so much about the facts in that moment. By any means necessary, I don't care about the money. I want to make this happen, okay? So LeBron James's dream was realized. I'm saying, again, LeBron James' dad's dream was realized in October when, on the opening day of the Lakers season, he was able to play with his son. And the headlines of that moment met the emotions of the moment. Here was the press coverage on that day. And here is what Stephen A. Smith said specifically that eventually sets LeBron James off. Take a listen.
I am not a person that had a problem with Bronny James being on the court for the season opener with LeBron James. That was a phenomenal moment. To see a father on the court with his son who has NBA aspirations playing together for the first time in NBA history. The Griffeys in baseball, Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. were in attendance for it. It was a special moment. My position has always been that should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season. because he's not ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be an NBA player. I'm not here to tell you that he should give up his dreams and his aspirations. I think the kid's got potential. I think the kid will be in the NBA one day. I watched him in the G League doing his thing. I think he's going to be fine eventually. But that's not the case yet. And because it's not the case yet, and then you see some of these numbers, I do find myself looking at LeBron James instead of Bronny James. Because LeBron is the basketball savant. LeBron is one of the top 2 greatest players in the history of the game. LeBron has forgotten more basketball than most people would know. So no matter what we think about Bronny, he knows more. But you see what you see. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range. And he's playing in the first quarter of an NBA game? Really? And everybody wants to look at it, and LeBron has nothing to do with that. He didn't tell JJ Redick to put him in the game. I get all that. But come on. I'm not being cruel to Bronny. I'm looking out. Do you want it this way, LeBron?
Totally agree with that commentary. And by the way, I should clarify, he played in the first quarter, so he didn't start, but he played in the first quarter, and the results are disastrous, okay? You play 15 minutes in a game and you don't score anything. And even if you say, like, somebody can have a bad night, that's fine.
What do you guys think about this, man? What do you guys think about this? Personally, I think Bronny may not be doing good right now. He may not be as good as people expecting he should be. But I think it is not time for him. It is not time, but it is not time till it's time. When is time going to be? So let him start now. Let him do what he's doing. He's learning. He's going to get better with time. Maybe one day he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. But for now, he's going to have to learn. He's going to have to be better. And then people just going to have to deal with it. You feel me? What do you guys think about this? Comment below, man. Like, subscribe. Shout out to Candace. Shout out to Stephen A. Shout out to LeBron James. Shout out to P. Diddy for all his parties. You feel me? So I'll catch you guys next time, man. Ain't no party like a Diddy party, man. You know what time it is, man. You know what time we on. You feel me? Comment below again. I'll catch you next time at the Diddy's party. I'm out. Yes, sir.